Hi everyone, welcome to the Lost Carta Bella episode. I'm just kidding. I actually completely forgot that I had done this layout until I was doing the voiceover of the last video that I did and realized that some of the elements that I knew I had used on a layout, I didn't use on the last layout that I made the voiceover, the one that I last uploaded with this collection. When I looked at my videos, I had to go back and look at my videos, so I found this layout and I was pretty excited about that. And then I realized, oh yeah, I totally remember doing this layout. This layout, I got the inspiration from watching Moira O'Reilly's video, and she has just a little YouTube channel and she shows her layouts. She does really pretty layouts. Please go check her out. I will try to remember to link her channel in the description below. She doesn't do the process of her layouts. She just shows different things and is involved in a lot of different things. So some of you may know that name already. Anyway, she was doing talking about her Christmas layouts, one of her videos, and she was kind of mentioning how she realized she was doing the same layouts year after year, like we all do. We all do, you know, the Christmas tree layouts and the this and that layouts. And what she decided to do was to make one album that's solely for Christmas traditions. And when she said that, I thought, I really want to do that. I think that is a great idea. So this is going to be one of the first layouts that's going to go in there. I'm still going to scrapbook all of the same photos every year. Getting the Christmas tree, things are different each year. Like this year when we were getting the Christmas tree, my daughter wasn't there, but my two sons and my husband went. And they started pretending like they were playing Fortnite among all the trees. You know, most of you probably know what Fortnite is, especially if you have any children in your life. So it was funny. It was a different story than, say, what we did last year. And there's always usually something different. So I don't mind scrapbooking the same type of photos, like the Christmas morning photos. I kind of like the different Christmas morning photos every year because they get different things. And I don't take a ton. I used to take tons of photos of them opening up Christmas gifts and everything in the morning, but I decided a few years ago that I was so worried about getting the photos taken that I wasn't really enjoying them opening all the stuff that I had bothered to go out and plan and everything like that. So I realized I have never really taken photos of what they've gotten from Santa Claus each year, and I think that that would be a fun thing to document too. But one thing I did love about the album was the idea of doing an album just for Christmas traditions. For example, Santa Claus hangs candy canes on our Christmas tree every year. And my daughter didn't even realize. She had texted me. She was talking to her boyfriend, and he was saying, no, he doesn't do that at my house. And she didn't know that. She thought that that was something that Santa did for everybody. So I thought I would go ahead and make one album just like Moira does and make it just for traditions like that. And this is going to be one of the layouts that is going to go in there. So like I said, I'm still going to do all of the photos for every year, but I am going to take a few extra ones. Like I said, also the candy canes from the tree. I took pictures of that this year, and that's another thing that will go in this album. The only thing now that I need to find is a 12 by 12 3-ring size, and if you know of one, please let me know in the comment below. That's Christmas kind of designed. There were so many pretty Christmas ones that are 6 by 8, but nobody that I know of makes a 12 by 12. And so like I said, if you know of one, please let me know below. If you, even next year, if you come across one. This layout that I'm doing here that I have not talked about at all is a layout about those chocolate advent calendars. Every year my mother-in-law has brought those for my kids to do, and they love them. So I thought this would be an excellent example of a layout that could go in that book about the traditions, because I don't really care if this one goes in the yearly album or not. So I'm going to make this one of the first layouts that go in that album. Now I am adding 3 clusters onto this layout, and the thing that, if you can see, I have put down that wreath in the right hand cluster. That is the element that I knew I had used on this layout, and how I knew that there must be one more layout, because I was so excited to get that wreath piece on there. Usually that's something I kind of struggle with because of the inside part. Just like the banner stickers, it's just one of those things that I kind of struggle with using, and so I'm going to get it on this layout and the wreath sticker that comes with the collection on this layout. And I was so excited when I got those on there. I think they look really cute. It's not glued down right now. It's just sitting there waiting, because I just want to make sure that I really like it. I do like the way it is. I just want to play around a little bit more before committing to it. And I suggest, please add extra glue. Glue all you can now, because it's so much quicker and easier than having to go back and re-glue everything later. And chipboard, especially thickers, is one of the worst things that you could put down on your page without gluing. And here's the wreath sticker. So I'm going to cut it in half, and I'm going to put part of it in the top cluster and part of it in the left cluster. And I love the way that it looks. And so since I have it in those two clusters, I know for sure at this point that I'm going to go ahead and keep it where it is in the right hand cluster, and I'm so happy to get that element. I thought that was those were really pretty stickers and elements, so I was really excited when I got them used up. And you can tell with this layout, I'm just playing. I didn't measure the size of any of the background papers. I'm just playing around. I just wanted some of those papers I wanted the papers to go on there. I wanted them to be all wonky and not centered, not straight, nothing like that. I'm taking this chipboard piece, and I really liked this. I cut it in half, and I tucked it behind one of the layers up here in this top cluster, and I'm trying to peek at it without getting in the camera too much. Sorry about that. It was covering up a little bit of the deer that is on the sticker up behind it, that big red square sticker. So I wanted to make sure that it wasn't covering up too much of the deer, that the deer looked funny, but I just really liked the way it looked peeking out. So again, I'm going to encourage you to not be afraid to cut your die cut pieces and your chipboard pieces. Cut them up and use them how you want to use them. Now I'm going to take this piece, and this was leftover from one of the other layouts that I had done. And originally I was going to tuck it here on the very left-hand side behind all the layers. But when I put it there, it just kind of looked funny. And then I even tried trimming it down so you can tell that there's part of a scallop at the top of it. And I'm going to try to cut that so it's more of a rounded scallop. And I tried tucking it in here and there and everywhere, and I just do not like green eggs and ham. No, just kidding. I just decided not to put that on the layout. I just couldn't get it to look right for me. I don't know if it was the colors or what, but I just decided not to use it. Now you can see with my brad sheet, I have used up so many of the brads, and I'm very excited about it. That whole row of brads that's left is the ones I was mentioning in the last video that I don't really care for. But out of all the rest of the brads, I have really used up a lot of them, and I'm going to get even more on this layout, so I was really happy about that. And I really like the way this layout turns out. It's just kind of a fun, playful, throw things all around the page type of layout. The only thing I would say that I'm not really crazy for is the space between that kind of like that Polaroid wood grain box where I'm going to do my journaling and the photo. But I do believe more towards the end. I can't remember if I show it in the video or not, but I believe I add something in that little space to help fill it just a little bit more. And I will apologize because there are no still photos at the end of this video. To be honest, I have no idea where this layout is right now. I completely forgot I even did the layout. So when I went to do the voiceover, I'm not even sure I remember where the layout is. What I'm doing right now is I'm taking this star border punch, and again, I'm using my punches. They're in my room where I see them, and I'm excited about that. And I just punched out. This border punch actually isn't the greatest for punching out little stars, but I wanted to add some little stars all around the layout, and I wanted to add the red around from that. So I took the little scrap and punched some of the stars, but the stars that came out of that punch were kind of bent. So it's not the easiest one or the best one to use. You can flatten the stars out while you're gluing them down, but just letting you know, it's not the best of ones to make if you want a bunch of tiny little stars. I mean, it does do the little stars, but like I said, they're kind of bent. And now I'm just trimming down a bunch of, or a little bit from each edge of my layout so that I can mount the whole layout on this red. I feel like it really grounds it, and I really love how it looks. And for those of you who are new to my video, when I am mounting my entire layout on a background piece, I use scrappy tape, and what I do is put some down on all four sides, but I only take the backing off on one side, and that gives me plenty of time to be able to get it straight on the backing. And then I just gently pull up the back and pull off the backing of the rest of the tape, and then I push it down and glue the whole thing down. And that helps me. If I don't do it that way, then it's not going on straight. I've tried using my ATG adhesive before to glue the layout down, and it definitely does not come out straight. So I'm taking out some alphabet stickers now, and again, I'm so excited because I'm using up more of my alphabets. I've had this alphabet for quite a few years now. This alphabet actually came from, I believe, Stampin' Up! In one of their Project Life kits that they used to have a long time ago, and I like the color of it. It's a really good red, and I am going to have to alter a couple of the letters. So I am going to have to take, you can see right now it has a P as the second letter, but I'm making that into an R, and then one of the I's I have to make into a T, but you don't really notice when the letters are all down and done. And I'm spelling out the word tradition, and that's just going to be my title, and then I'm going to do my journaling. And that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks. Bye.